Hello students, I hope you all are fit and fine and must be studying at home. So again I am here, Aisha Khan, the faculty of English at Motion Private Education Limited. So let's get started with the crash course. In the previous lecture, I told you that we will be coming up with a whole package of all the subjects for you all to give you the brief introduction or the brief quickies about every subject, every topic. So we have started with the English portion in the previous lecture. So I told you that we will be covering all the topics, be it literature, be it poems, be it text, be it prose, everything. So we have already covered one letter, a letter to God, that was the first chapter in your literature portion. Alright, I hope you people have understood that topic very properly and you have gone through the question and answers also very nicely. So that was all about the previous part. Up today, what are we going to study in this part is, I have come up with a poem that is also being taken from the book First Flight, and the name of the poem is Dust of Snow. This is your first poem. It's not the first chapter from your First Flight book, but it is the first poem in your First Flight book. So we'll be covering all the poetry section also simultaneously. Okay, so in order to provide you all the briefing, all the summary, every question, extract based question, everything will be there in this session. So everybody is geared up to study the poetry section. To begin with the poetry section, students, let me first tell you कि जब भी हम poetry section की बात करते हैं, every student gets confused कि मैम poetry section we will not get it, है ना, 4 lines की poetry section होता है, 4 lines का extract दे देते हैं and you have to elaborate, questions will be framed, तो how are we going to answer it? So students, let me just tell you कि this is not something very out of the box thing. कोई ऐसा difficult part नहीं है poetry को understand करना. It is just a simple thing. The main thing here is the understanding of the theme. The first thing, if you understand the theme, you will get to know all the answers. You will get all the extract based questions. कोई सा भी question आ जाए हम लोगों के लिए, poetry scheme आ जाए, rhyming scheme आ जाए, poetry devices आ जाए, you will get to know everything if you will understand the theme of the poem. So understanding the theme of the poem is very, very important. One thing. Then if you understand all the poetry devices, जो भी literary devices होती है हम लोगों के literary section में, poetry section में, if you understand all those poetry devices, you can easily get about understanding the poem. तो 2 points तो ये हो गए. Then general questions related to poem can be asked as name the poem and the poet. तो ये क्वेश्चन तो हम लोग लर्न कर ही सकते हैं. ऑब्वियसली जो पोएम हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हम समझ लें, उसका पोएट का नाम समझ लें, तो 1 क्वेश्चन कैन बी फ्रेम लाइक दिस. देन 1 मोर क्वेश्चन कैन बी फ्रेम, टेल द राइमिंग स्कीम. अब हम लोग राइमिंग स्कीम भाई नर्सरी से पढ़ते हुए आ रहे हैं कि राइमिंग स्कीम क्या होती है, राइमिंग वर्ड्स कौन से होते हैं, बट व्हेन इट इज आस्क्ड इन 10th बोर्ड्स वी आर ऑल ब्लैंक कि मैम राइमिंग स्कीम समझ में ही नहीं आ रही है, क्या है राइमिंग स्कीम. इट इज नॉट कि कार एंड ऑल द राइमिंग स्कीम विल बी देयर. तो हम लोग इतना कंफ्यूज क्यों हो जाते हैं इसमें कि अगर राइमिंग स्कीम वाली बात आ गई तो हम लोगों को समझ में ही नहीं आता है एंड वी आर नॉट एबल टू डिटेक्ट द राइमिंग स्कीम. So why? If you understand the rhyming words properly, then you can easily go about forming the rhyming scheme of the poem. तो ये चीज भी हम लोग आज देख लेंगे इसमें. Then if you talk about the literary devices, everybody gets stuck up कि हमें तो लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस मैम ही कौन सा नाम ले दिया आपने, एलिटरेशन, ओनोमेटोपोइया, सिमिली, मेटाफर, पर्सोनिफिकेशन, सिंबोलिज्म, ऐसे ऐसे नाम ले लेते हैं. तो एवरीबॉडी गेट्स कंफ्यूज कि व्हाट इज दिस ऑल अबाउट, ये तो हमने कभी सुना ही नहीं है. एलिटरेशन को हम कुछ और बोल देते हैं, है ना, कॉम्प्रीहेंशन को हम कंप्रेशन बोल देते हैं. तो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स. वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड द पोएट्री डिवाइसेस वेरी प्रॉपरली, यू विल गेट टू नो कि हाँ यार ये तो बहुत ईजी चीज थी, हम लोग इसको इतना बड़ा इशू बना रहे थे. सो दिस इज नॉट समथिंग आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स थिंग. तो इतना डरना नहीं है, पैनिक नहीं होना है. इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द पोएट्री सेक्शन, गो अंडरस्टैंड द डीप मीनिंग ऑफ द पोएम, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. 4 लाइन्स हमें अगर दे रखी है तो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, यू हैव टू इलेबोरेट इट इन योर ओन वर्ड्स, दैट इज योर क्रिएटिविटी. अगर हम उस 4 लाइन का मीनिंग अच्छे से समझ लेंगे, यू विल गेट टू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ इट, द डीप मीनिंग, व्हाट इज लाइंग बिहाइंड दोज लाइन्स, देन यू कैन इजीली गो अबाउट इलेबोरेटिंग व्हाट इज सो टफ पार्ट अबाउट इट, है कि नहीं. तो जब तक हम लोगों को अगर थीम समझ में नहीं आएगी ना, हम लोगों को यही लगेगा कि क्या यार 4 लाइन की है पोएट्री सेक्शन और हम लोगों को इलेबोरेट करना है, इसमें से आंसर्स फ्रेम करना है. सो हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल? दैट कैन नॉट बी पॉसिबल unless and until if you understand the theme of the thing, if you understand the deep meaning which is lying behind that poem, then only you can easily go about cracking the answers. So this is the whole introduction. अब बातें पूरी हो गई. Introduction I have given, that will be starting with the Dust of Snow poetry section from your first slide book. That is the first poem. So let's get started. Up, if you talk about the poetry section, that is the Dust of Snow. तो Dust of Snow is basically written by Robert Frost. तो पहले इसका हम poet देख लेते हैं. Who is the poet of this poem? Robert Frost. अब रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट के बारे में भी थोड़ा सा एक बार ब्रीफिंग ले लेते हैं पहले कि हु इज दिस रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट. तो रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट इज बेसिकली द पोएट ऑफ दिस पोएम एंड ही इज द नेचर लविंग पोएट. Okay, he admires nature in a very beautiful language. He always talks about, maximum of the times he talks about the nature in his poem. He beautifies nature, be it trees, be it birds, be it anything around nature, anything which is present in nature. So basically he is a nature loving poet. So in this poem also, if you see the name ki Dust of Snow, so it is all related to nature. Dust of snow, snow, all covered under nature. So again in this poem also the poet has talked about nature only, but in a different manner. थोड़ा सा twisted manner में इस poem को उसने present किया है. तो in which manner, let me just show you. So this poem is all about a bad mood of the poet. The poet, he is not in a good mood. He was having a bad day, maybe because of some issues. That issue has not been mentioned in the poem, but poet was having a bad day or a bad mood. He was depressed, he was sorrowful, he was sitting under a hemlock tree and he was just wasting a part of his day like anything. Okay, तो ये पूरी scenario है. As you can see in the picture also, students, see there is a man or a poet or anybody who's standing under the hemlock tree. As you can see that this is the poet here. Okay, he is sitting under the hemlock tree. He is sitting under which tree? Hemlock tree. तो इसको हम एक बार आइडेंटिफाई कर लेते हैं कि hemlock tree है. अब hemlock tree, crow, इन सब के बारे में भी हम लोग एक बार डिस्कशन कर लेंगे, बट पहले हम इसका पूरा थीम समझ लेते हैं. What is the theme of the poem? Hemlock tree here. Okay, the scenario is all about winters. It's heavy snowfall is going on and the poet is sitting under this hemlock tree. इतना सिनेरियो समझ में आ गया सबको अच्छे से. चलो अब नेक्स्ट देखो फिर. दिस एज यू कैन सी बर्ड क्रो सिटिंग देयर ऑन द हेमलॉक ट्री. ओके, तो देयर इज अ क्रो हु सिटिंग ऑन द हेमलॉक ट्री. इतना सिनेरियो है. हम लोग पिक्चराइजेशन अगर करें पोएम का, तो देयर इज अ बॉय और अ पोएट हु सिटिंग अंडर द हेमलॉक ट्री. देयर इज हेवी स्नोफॉल गोइंग ऑन एंड देयर वाज अ क्रो हु वाज सिटिंग ऑन द हेमलॉक ट्री. दिस इज द होल सिनेरियो. अब आगे मूव ऑन करते हैं हम लोग. तो सी, there is the line given. The poem starts like this: the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Okay, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree was given my heart a change of mood and changed some part of a day I had rued. अब rued, what is the meaning of rued? It's spoiled. Okay, तो हम लोग word by word देखेंगे. कुछ भी important word अगर होगा तो I'll provide the meaning of that word, but first you understand the whole theme of the poem. So this is the whole scenario. Now let me just provide you the summary and the whole theme of this poem. ठीक है, तो this was it. Now key points. What are we going to study in this poem? Basically will be the key points. First one, the poem describes a very simple happening in very simple words. This poem has not got high level of words. Basically simple words and simple happening he is providing us in this poem. So this poem describes a very simple happening in very simple words. No high level words have been used, simple happening in simple words. So this is the main key point of this poem. Now, it tells us that something, even a smallest of incident, sometimes what happens in our life, smallest of incident happens and our mood changes instantly. So it tells us that something, even a small incident, may prove to be of great significance. Sometimes what happens in students, sometimes in our life when we are having a bad day or let's say a good day, something happens and our mood changes, उसी time change हो जाता है. So what sparks that thing कि our mood changes? This is human nature basically. We people cannot have the same mood for the whole day. Can you have it? No, I cannot have it. Even I cannot carry the same mood. If I'm happy right now, it's not confirm, or it's not necessary कि at the next time also or in the same part of the day I'll be happy only. I can get angry also, I may get sad also. So it's human nature which keeps on varying. हर बार चेंज होता रहता है. In one day also you can have different kinds of moods depending on the situation. So poet is saying in this poem कि even the smallest of mood can have a great significance in our life. So this is one again key point of this poem. अब चलो, इतना समझ में आ गया. अब next देखो. The poet is upset in the beginning. What is the poet in the poem is saying? कि the poet, he is upset in the beginning. Beginning में he was upset. Understand this thing. So in the beginning he was upset, but and the small incident of falling of snow changes his mood totally. What happens? In the beginning this poet was sitting with a bad mood, depressed tha, gloomy tha, but the dusting of snow on him changes his mood totally and he was all happy and cheerful. So he changes its mood totally. In the end of the poem, the poet feels relaxed. At the end of the poem, what happened? यहाँ upset था beginning में. ठीक है, try to understand. In the beginning he was upset, but in the end, see, in the end the poet feels relaxed and thankful. At the end, what he is doing? He is relaxed and he is all thankful to the crow who has changed the poet's mood totally. Alright, so he is thanking crow that he has changed the poet's mood very, totally and instantly. Alright, so thankful to the nature. It's basically nature because the poet is, referring to the nature. If you're pointing out to crow or if you're pointing out to the hemlock tree, it all consists under the category of nature only. So he's thanking nature for changing his mood totally. Alright. So for saving his day from being wasted. As such the poet was, उसका तो पूरा अच्छा से प्लान था कि I'll waste the whole day, I'll not do anything, I will just sit under the hemlock tree and I will be, depressed and I will be sorrowful and I will not do any useful activity today. But what happened? His mood changes totally when this crow shook down some dust of snow on him. Okay, so this was the key point of this poem. I guess you people have understood this key point very properly. I am explaining things to you in order so that you can relate it to your daily life and you can connect. बोरिंग सॉर्ट में नहीं लेना है इसको. अगर हम बोरिंग सॉर्ट में लेंगे तो क्या होगा कि क्या यार मैम बोरिंग पोएम पढ़ाने लग गई, सो लेट्स जस्ट स्किप इट. डोंट डू दैट. Try to understand the significance. Whenever it comes to poetry section in literature section, students, it's very beautiful and it's very interesting. Once you connect, if you cannot connect it to the poem, then you will feel boring and you will feel sleepy. फिर तो हम लोग क्या होगा कि मैम पोएट्री पढ़ाती रहेंगी and you will just go off to sleep. So don't do that. Try to have an interaction. Try to have a connection with the poem. Okay, not with me but with the poem. All right. So let's move further. तो दिस इज द होल समरी. अब क्रैश कोर्स है तो समरी ही करेंगे हम लोग. आई विल नॉट एक्सप्लेन द होल पोएम टू यू बट आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन द होल समरी टू यू सो दैट यू कैन जस्ट हैव अ क्विक रिविजन फॉर योर बोर्ड एग्जाम और फॉर योर हाफ ईयरली एग्जाम. तो ये पूरा क्विक रिविजन जो है, दिस इज अ क्रैश कोर्स, तो आई कैन नॉट कवर अप ऑल द थिंग्स इन दिस सेशन बट आई जस्ट प्रोवाइड द समरी. बट ये जो समरी होगी तुम लोगों को, आई एम श्योर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट वेरी प्रॉपरली एंड यू विल रिकॉल इट. जो भी तुम लोगों ने पहले से पढ़ा होगा, अगर पढ़ा है तो यू विल गेट एन आइडिया कि हाँ दिस इज द पोएम एंड दिस इज द होल समरी ऑफ इट. So let's get started with the summary also. Now, the poet is upset and sitting under the hemlock tree. There is a scenario, सिर्फ poet की ही बात हो रही है इसमें. There are only 3 things which have been talked about in this poem. First one is your poet, then comes your hemlock tree under which the poet is sitting, and there was a crow. These 3 things have been mentioned in the poem, as you can see in the scenario also. Boy sitting under the hemlock tree is being mentioned, and the crow who's sitting on that hemlock tree. Alright, now summary, let's get back to the summary. So poet, he was having a bad day. Maybe he has fought with his mother or anything of that sort. हम assumptions लगा सकते हैं, but you cannot say it clearly what reason was there for which the poet was upset. But he was upset. Okay, this thing has been mentioned to us. So the poet is upset and he is sitting under the hemlock tree. He is sitting under the hemlock tree. Now, suddenly, a crow sitting on the hemlock tree. There was a crow who was sitting on that same hemlock tree. He came and he shakes the tree, and the fine particles of snow falls on the poet. What happens when this poet was sitting with a bad mood under the hemlock tree, students? What happens? There was a crow who was sitting on the hemlock tree. So he just shook some part of snow from that tree. Why? He was making some space to sit. है ना. तो क्या होता है कि whenever you know some space is filled with snow, you always dust out some snow. You shook out some snow. So he did the same thing. He shook out some dust of snow from that tree, and what happens? Those dust of snow particles, it fell down on the poet. This is the whole scenario. Poet was sitting, hemlock tree था, उसके ऊपर crow was sitting. Then when this crow was sitting, he just shook some part of snow, and that snow particles came down on the poet. Alright? So, the soft and cold touch of snow changes the poet's mood from sad to happy. What happens? Suddenly, the soft particles of dust fell onto the poet. Soft particles of dust, snow particles, वो उसके ऊपर गिर गए, and the poet was feeling happy from being sad to happy. So his mood changes ultimately. His mood changes from sad to happy. I am underlining the key points so that you will understand कि mood कहाँ से change हो गया, from being sad to being happy. Alright? Now, he starts feeling soothed. He was feeling relaxed, calm, composed. Soothed मतलब soothing, something which gives you, relaxation. He was feeling soothed. Okay? So he was feeling relaxed and refreshed. He was all, refreshed, and he was rejuvenated all of a sudden. In this way, a simple moment, it's not movement, moment, proves to be very significant in our life and saves the rest part of the poet from being wasted and held in regret. तो poet has the plan कि I will waste the whole day. उसने तो पूरा अच्छे से mood बना लिया था कि I will not study, I will not do any useful activity for the whole day, and I will just sit under the hemlock tree and I will, waste my day. होता है ऐसा तुम लोगों के साथ. If you might be angry at something, तो तुम लोगों का पूरा अच्छे से plan होता है कि you will not talk to your mother also, you will not do any useful activity, you will not study also, you will not go out to play also. Happens with you also. हुआ होगा कभी ना कभी, सबके साथ होता है ऐसा. तो he was also having a bad day. Maybe he has fought with his mother, maybe he has fought with his father या brother, no matter what, but he has decided कि I will be wasting my time, my day. But what happened? Suddenly this crow came down and he shook some dust particles on him. So his mood changes suddenly. And he realized, उसको तब realize हुआ फिर, when he was all relaxed and soothed, he realized कि he was wasting a part of his day. He was not doing any useful activity. So suddenly he was all refreshed and he was relaxed. And he realized, so कि मैं जो वेस्ट करने वाला था, I can use this part of my day in doing some useful activity. So why not go for that activity? Now, the black crow is commonly a symbol of death and fear. What happens? We people relate crow to something bad. कॉमनली दिस इज द सिनेरियो या परसेप्शन कह लो कि हम लोगों ने क्या कर रखा है, एक मेंटालिटी फ्रेम कर रखी है. व्हेनेवर यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्रो, दिस इज समथिंग वेरी बैड और समथिंग यू नो नेगेटिव और समथिंग रिलेटेड टू डेथ. ओके, तो देयर इज अ कॉमन मेंटालिटी कि ब्लैक क्रो इज सिग्निफिकेंट ऑफ डेथ एंड फियर. तो द ब्लैक क्रो इज कॉमनली अ सिंबल ऑफ डेथ एंड fear. Since the crow is not associated with goodness, you always cannot relate goodness with crow. So since the crow is not associated with goodness, not associated, okay, it is ironic. आयरनी है इसमें कि हमेशा तो क्या होता है कि क्रो इज यू नो सिंबॉलिक ऑफ समथिंग बैड और समथिंग नेगेटिव, समथिंग रिलेटेड टू फियर. लेकिन इसमें क्या किया है, दिस क्रो हैज प्लेड अ सिग्निफिकेंट रोल, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन चेंजिंग द पोएट्स मूड फ्रॉम बीइंग सैड टू बीइंग हैप्पी. तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट हो गया इस कॉमन मेंटालिटी का क्रो को लेके कि crow is always taken as something bad, something negative. But here crow has changed the mood of the poet from being sad to happy. So this is irony. Contradiction is being created in this poem. और एक जो common perception होता है students crow को लेके कि crow is symbolic of something negative, तो यहाँ पे crow has been signified as something positive. Okay, because he has changed the mood. Okay, then that it is in this poem he is doing a good deed. Crow is doing a good deed in this poem and by shaking of the snow. How he changed the mood of the poet? By shaking of the snow from the tree. अच्छा, अब एक चीज और है, यहाँ पे क्रो इंटेंशनली नहीं कर रहा है कि पोएट का मूड खराब है और ही इज जस्ट शेकिंग ऑफ द स्नो ऑन हिम टू चेंज द मूड, बट ही इज डूइंग इट अनइंटेंशनली. स्टिल ही इज द वन हु हैज चेंज द पोएट्स मूड. तो वी विल बी कॉलिंग हिम अ गुड डीड और somebody who has changed the mood of the poet from being sad to happy. So here the crow played a significant role in this poem. So he has done a good deed, something which is you know good. Deed means our whatever work we people are doing, our work. So he has done good work by shaking of the snow. ठीक है, तो this is the whole summary of the poem. Now without wasting any more time, let's move on. This is a kind of hemlock tree. Now this is something very poisonous tree, students. Okay, देखो, hemlock tree. This is the picture of hemlock tree. Okay, तो ये तो हो गया हमारा hemlock tree. Now hemlock tree has this perception that this is a poisonous tree or this is not something which beautifies nature. थोड़ा सा नेगेटिव रेफरेंस में हम लोग हेमलॉक ट्री के बारे में बात करते हैं. तो दिस इज बेसिकली अ पॉइजनस ट्री. पॉइजनस ट्री बिकॉज यू नो नेगेटिव मूड है, ग्लूमीनेस है, डेथ है, फियर है. तो हम लोगों ने इसमें क्या क्या चीजें यूज की है, क्रो again which is significant of death and fear and hemlock tree which is again a poisonous tree. तो दोनों चीजें हम लोगों ने ऐसी लिए ताकि you know मूड और पूरा सिनेरियो जो है वो पूरा नेगेटिव एनवायरनमेंट का रहे. ओके, तो दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ हेमलॉक ट्री. चलो नेक्स्ट मूव फर्दर. नाउ लेट्स बैक टू द समरी अगेन. दैट वाज द पिक्चर ऑफ हेमलॉक ट्री. अब फर्दर मूव ऑन करते हैं. तो रॉबर्ट फ्रॉस्ट, लेट मी जस्ट रीड आउट फॉर यू. So Robert Frost didn't choose to use an oak or pine or a maple tree because he has to signify the bad mood of the poet. थोड़ा सा negative reference में use करना था. That's why he has not choose the oak or maple or pine tree. Now, instead he choose the hemlock tree which is usually referred or associated with poison. अगेन आई एक्सप्लेनिंग टू यू कि हेमलॉक ट्री क्यों लिया है, ताकि यू नो पूरा ये सिनेरियो एक्सप्लेन कर सके कि इट इज ऑल रिलेटेड विद पॉइजन और इट इज ऑल रिलेटेड विद नेगेटिव कॉन्टेक्स्ट. तो ही हैज यूज्ड द हेमलॉक ट्री इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग पाइन ट्री और ओक ट्री और मैपल ट्री. ऑलराइट, तो हियर दिस क्वेश्चन कैन बी फ्रेम कि व्हाई ही हैज नॉट चोजन दिस थिंग. तो वो भी हम लोग एक बार देख लेंगे. नाउ एसोसिएटेड विद पॉइजन एंड टॉक्सिकेशन. नाउ anyway, the beautiful snow that adorns means admires. So beautiful snow that adorns the poisonous hemlock tree's branches is shaken off by the scary crow. अब देखो poisonous tree, scary crow, तो हम लोग एडजेक्टिव्स क्या लगा रहे हैं इनके आगे, विच इज समथिंग नेगेटिव. Poisonous tree, having the negative context. Scary crow, again related to something negative, but these have worked as positive in this poem. So adorns means admires. I am writing the meaning also so that you can relate, क्योंकि मीनिंग्स में भी हम लोगों को प्रॉब्लम होती है. तो adorns means admires. Scary, somebody who is frightening. Okay. Now Robert Frost uses the elements of the fearsome crow and poisonous hemlock tree to do something good. Poet has changed the mentality of these two things कि crow and hemlock tree can always not be used as a negative context. These two can also work out for being something positive. Okay, that's why to break the mentality of the negativity of these two things, the poet has used these two factors. Otherwise what happened, he would have used the crows, instead of using crow he would have used the nightingale, or why not go for oak tree or pine tree. तो उसमें क्या होता कि नेगेटिव कॉन्टेक्स्ट या जो सिनेरियो है जो पोएट क्रिएट करना चाह रहा था इस पोएम में वो नहीं क्रिएट होता. तो in order to create the thing he has used the crow and the hemlock tree in the poem. Okay, now to do something good, shake the white pure snow off the branches. This good act lift the suicidal person's spirits, causing him to change his mind about killing himself. अब बहुत ज़्यादा exaggeration कर दिया है इसमें कि poet was all hopeless, he was gloomy, he was sorrowful. तो suicidal mood हम नहीं बोल सकते कि he was about to suicide, but you can say suicidal मतलब negative mood. तो to create the suicidal person's spirits, causing him to change his mood about killing himself. Suddenly what happened, when he was wasting a part of his day, his mood changes and he decided that he will utilize this part of the day which he was wasting in some useful activity. Alright, try to have the connection with this poem, students. Okay, now the small act causes the man to leave to have an enlightened insight. Enlightened मतलब brightened or something which is sparked up. तो enlightened, insight मतलब forevision or vision. Now we have a poisonous hemlock tree covered in pure white snow and a man who is depressed. He was planning to kill himself. He was all depressed himself and walking under the tree. At that precise moment, that black crow of death, black crow is always considered as something related to death. So he shakes off that tree and the pure good snow onto that man fallen on him. Now the goodness helps the man to change his mind about killing himself and to forget about sorrow and negativity in life. तो यहाँ तक अभी तक समझ में आ गया सबको summary. Now let's move further. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. This is how you will write. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. Name of the poem is also there. Then the name of the poet is also. Reiterates or re-enlightens that the little things in life can make huge difference or huge changes in our future. It can have a great change or it can have a great impact on our lives. It also shows that if you can take the hard times of life in stride, if you take them casually or if you take them positively, then eventually something will happen to change our situation into happier times. अगर हम लोगों ने mentality set कर ली है students की if bad time is going on in our life and nothing can be happen or nothing will save you from that bad time, then you will become hopeless. And if you will think it in a positive manner कि हाँ ये जो bad time है this is just for a small duration of time and after some time this time will go away, then you can have a positive mentality and you can work even better. I am telling you this happens with you also, with every human it happens कि if you make a mentality कि हाँ हमें तो इंग्लिश में पोएट्री समझ नहीं आएगी, तो आप कितनी भी कोशिश कर लो, टीचर आपको कितना भी अच्छा मटेरियल कंटेंट प्रोवाइड करके दे दे, यू विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इट. बट वंस इफ यू ट्राई टू हैव अ कनेक्शन कि हाँ हमें आज पढ़ना है, ये पोएम है, कोई इतनी टफ नहीं है, हमें समझ में आ जाएगी, इंग्लिश कोई आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स थिंग नहीं है. वंस यू ट्राई टू हैव द कनेक्शन विद द लैंग्वेज और एनी सब्जेक्ट और एनीथिंग इन लाइफ, देन यू कैन हैव अ पॉजिटिव मेंटालिटी टुवर्ड्स दैट थिंग. तो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन द मेंटालिटी ऑफ पीपल. अगर हम नेगेटिव होंगे तो नेगेटिव ही चीजें दिमाग में आएगी. इफ यू आर हैविंग एन ऑप्टिमिस्टिक मेंटालिटी, देन एवरीथिंग विल लुक पॉजिटिव टू यू. टेक एवरीथिंग एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, ओके, नॉट एज अ थ्रेट बट एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. कि हमें अभी घर बैठे ये क्रैश कोर्स मिल रहा है, एवरी मटीरियल इज बीन गिवन टू यू, दैट इज ऑल्सो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, यू आर सिटिंग नाइसली एट योर होम्स एंड स्टडिंग, सो टेक इट एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. स्टडी वेल, okay. So let's get back to the topic again. Now something will happen which will change it into happier times. The simple thing we do for others makes a difference. Sometimes we do smallest of things and it makes a huge difference to people, to others. Sometimes we do very small acts. हम लोगों को पता भी नहीं होता है. We are not aware कि we are doing such a small act and it's making a big difference in someone's life. So this thing happens. Now just think about those random acts of kindness we do and how much they brighten a person's day. Sometimes we do it, we do smallest of acts and it changes the moods of people. It is considered as something very good or positive. So we are not aware and we are helping people. Our good acts, our kindness, okay. So they brighten a person's day and sometimes change their future. Sometimes what happens, even our smallest of guide or smallest of help can change a person's future. So that is very good about us. Alright. Then noticing and appreciating all the small things in life will make our life happier. We should notice all those things, whatever good deeds we are doing, no matter if it is small or big, but if you are doing some good act, notice those things and try to have a good perception about life, try to have a positive or optimistic mentality about your life, about others as well. Okay, so this is the moral. Indirectly you can say कि this poet has decided to give a message to all the people to have a positive mentality, or it is telling you about the significance of the smallest of act that we do for others and it can make a huge difference in their life. Okay, so this is a whole and soul summary of this poem. चलो read out कर लेते हैं थोड़ा सा और. तो it will cause us to have a spirit that is willing to change and the reference succeed. So we may do some good acts, maybe it is a small act, but it makes a huge difference to others, so that will be considered as something very good. Okay, now that was all about the summary of the poem. I hope you people have understood the summary very properly. Now we'll be solving out some questions. The answers are also being mentioned so that you can just relate your answer. You can take the help of the answers from the answers which I have given to you. Now, what is a dust of snow? Simple question can be asked related to this poem. What is a dust of snow? It means the fine particles of snow. You can underline this part कि dust of snow stands for fine particles of dust or snow. Okay. Now, what does the poet say has changed his mood? Suddenly what happened? The crow came and the poet's mood changed from dismay or negative reference from to joy, or from sorrow to joy. You can add on dismay or you can write down sorrow also. From sorrow to joy. He was holding the day in regret that when this dust of snow fell on him and this simple little thing brought him some joy. He was about to waste the whole day of his life, but this small act has made a difference in his life. Okay. So this is one answer, one question which can be framed for your board exam. अब दो पार्ट है इसमें, तीन पार्ट है. Dust of snow मतलब fine particles of snow. One question. Then what does the poet say has changed his mood? This dust of snow changed the poet's mood. ये आंसर हमारा सेकेंड पार्ट का है. Dust of snow it changed the mood of the poet. Simple. Now, how has the poet's mood changed when he was sitting and he was sitting in a sorrowful mood? It changes completely when this dust of snow falls on him. So he was holding the day in regret when this dust of snow fell on him. This is the punchline. And this simple little thing brought him some joy. So what changes his mood? This is the answer to the third part. First part हो गया fine particles of snow. Dust of snow changed the poet's mood. Second part of the answer. Third part of the answer is fell on him and his mood changes completely. तो one answer which can be framed for your board exams. अब देखो next, थोड़ा सा बड़ा है, पैनिक नहीं होना है कि इतना बड़ा आंसर दे दिया मैम ने. See what I am explaining it to you, understand it. How does Frost present nature in this poem? How he presents? He beautifies nature basically most of the times. तो देखो हम लोग सिंपली बस फर्स्ट पार्ट देखेंगे फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का, सेकेंड क्वेश्चन का फर्स्ट पार्ट. So how does Frost present nature in the poem? He present nature in quite an unconventional manner in this poem. He's talking about in this poem. तो जैसा उसका रूटीन होता है हर बार, he beautifies nature. तो in this poem he has not beautified nature. He has done it in an unconventional manner or the manner which is opposite to his usual manner. Okay, तो ये हम लोग लिख सकते हैं quite an unconventional manner. The following questions may help you to think of an answer. आप questions दे रखे हैं, उससे हम लोग answers को निकाल सकते हैं. देखो, what are the birds that are usually named in poems? What are the birds? You always talk about, nightingale, sparrow, pigeon, peacock, albatross. All these birds have been mentioned in the poem. Usually यही birds को हम discuss करते हैं. तो अगर हम first question का first ये देखें, तो while in another nature poems come across birds such as nightingales, sparrows. Usually हम लोग ये वाली birds को refer करते हैं instead of using crow. तो what are the birds that are usually named in poems? Nightingales or sparrows. Now, do you think a crow is often mentioned in poems? No, not many a times we see that a crow has been mentioned in the poem. तो Frost has used a crow in this poem. A crow can be associated. अब देखो दे रखा है कि crow is always associated with something dark, black and forbidding. कुछ चीज नेगेटिव कॉन्टेक्स्ट के लिए अगर हमें बात करना है, कुछ डार्क, फियर, डेथ, इससे रिलेटेड अगर हम बात करते हैं, देन वी यूजुअली टॉक अबाउट क्रो. तो डू यू थिंक द crow is mentioned in the poems? No, most of the times crow is not talked about in the poems. What images comes to your mind when you think of a crow? Whenever you are thinking of crow, it can be associated with something dark, something black or something foreboding. That is why other poets usually mention singing nightingales or beautiful white doves in their poems. So most of the times poets use nightingales or doves or pigeons or peacock in their poems instead of using a crow. But now again, what is a hemlock tree? Hemlock tree, I told you earlier also कि it is something related to poison. Poisonous tree होता है basically. Also the poet has written about a hemlock tree which is a poisonous tree. Underline क्या करना है हमें? Poisonous tree है hemlock tree. तो he has not written about a more beautiful tree such as oak, maple or pine because these trees symbolizes beauty and happiness. Why? Because he has not used these trees, because these trees, they symbolizes beauty, they symbolizes happiness. And in this poem basically, in order to create the whole mood that he was sitting gloomy, he was sad, he was sorrowful, he has used the hemlock tree. Alright, so instead of using more beautiful trees, he has used the hemlock tree. Because these trees symbolizes beauty and nature or happiness, Frost wanted to symbolize feelings of sadness and regret. Why he has used this hemlock tree? Because he wanted to symbolize the feelings of sadness and regret. That's why he has mentioned the hemlock tree in the poem. Which is why he has used a hemlock tree. क्योंकि उसे symbolize क्या करना था? To symbolize his regret, to symbolize sorrow, he has used this tree. Now, what do the crow and hemlock represent? वही नेगेटिव चीजें हैं, ये सब चीजें हैं. Crow and hemlock represent sorrow. एक ही वर्ड में अगर इसको हम brief up करें, तो these two symbolizes sorrow. Joy और sorrow दोनों चीजें दे रखी है, देखो तो हम लोगों ने डायरेक्टली लिख दिया कि it symbolizes sorrow. What does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off a hemlock tree stands for? it stands for the change of mood from being upset to being happy. तो देखो, stands for joy that Frost experienced. Suddenly his mood got changed, so it stands for joy that Frost experienced. Therefore used an unconventional tree and bird in order to contrast them with joy in the form of snow. तो contrast create करने के लिए उसमें क्या किया है, इसमें हेमलॉक ट्री और क्रो का मेंशन किया है, सो दैट यू कैन क्रिएट अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट कि दीज टू कैन नेवर बी यूज्ड एज समथिंग नेगेटिव, दीज टू कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज्ड फॉर समथिंग पॉजिटिव. ओके, तो इन ऑर्डर टू मेक अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट और टू क्रिएट अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट, तो देखो, इन ऑर्डर टू क्रिएट अ कॉन्ट्रास्ट विद जॉय इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्नो. अब कहीं से डिफिकल्ट लगा, इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन था तो आंसर भी तो 1 लाइन के ही थे. तो डोंट गेट confused, don't get panic when you see a long question. There is always points which you can write down in every answer. Okay, so understand first part of the question, answer it, then again read the second part, then answer it. So it will have a small part, and rather I'll tell you with my personal experience कि ये वाले जो questions होते हैं they are more scoring. You can always elaborate or you can just add on 1 line and you will get the whole marks. So this is your second question. Now this is also been discussed. Now let's move on to question number 3. अब छोटा है तो थोड़ा relaxation है. Okay, तो have there been times when you feel depressed or hopeless? सबके साथ ऐसा कहीं ना कहीं एक point of time आया होगा कि when you feel depressed or when you feel sorrowful. तो yes, there are many times when you feel sad. This I have experienced is, in order to provide you with some hint ताकि तुम लोग इसको इलेबोरेट कर सकते हो. यू कैन फ्रेम इट इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज ऑल्सो. तो थोड़ा सा ये हम लोग है ना अपने अकॉर्डिंग ले सकते हैं इस क्वेश्चन को. तो दिस इज फॉर रिलेटेड टू पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. यू कैन राइट इट इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज ऑल्सो. पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस बेस्ड है थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन. तो as one day I was very sad to find my bicycle punctured. In the meantime, one of my friends informed me on the phone that he will be giving me a lift to school with his new scooty. Suddenly his mood got changed. अब ये तो एक थोड़ा सा ना एक फैक्चुअल चीज़ें हम लोगों ने दे दी यार. यू कैन से कि एक हिप्पो नो थोड़ा सा अपने इसको अपने हिसाब से ऐसे चीज़ें फ्रेम करके एंड यू हैव गिवन द आंसर. यू कैन राइट योर ओन एक्सपीरियंस ऑल्सो. मे बी समथिंग वॉज गोइंग बैड अबाउट यू एंड समथिंग हैपेंड एंड यू फेल्ट गुड or you felt cheerful. So this you can elaborate it in your own language also, and I'll just guide it to you कि तुम लोग अपने हिसाब से इस आंसर को फ्रेम करो, so that you can have a connection with the question also. Okay, so try to frame this answer in your own language. Now question extract based comprehensive passage. अब extract based ये मैंने इसलिए लिया है ताकि तुम लोगों को क्या हो कि एक बार एक्सट्रैक्ट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन भी समझ में आ जाए रिलेटेड टू पोएट्री सेक्शन. प्रोज सेक्शन या टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन के भी हम लोग एक बार लेंगे, बट फर्स्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द एक्सट्रैक्ट बेस्ड पोएम क्वेश्चन. ओके, तो द वे अ क्रो शुक डाउन ऑन मी द डस्ट ऑफ स्नो फ्रॉम अ हेमलॉक ट्री. ये लाइन हम लोगों को दे दी, क्वेश्चंस हम लोगों को दे दिए कि हमें आंसर्स निकालना है. द वे अ क्रो शुक डाउन ऑन मी द डस्ट ऑफ स्नो फ्रॉम अ हेमलॉक ट्री. बस इतना हम लोगों को एक्सट्रैक्ट दे दिया. अब इसको यहाँ पे ऐसे लिख रखा है, हो सकता है 2 लाइन में दे दे. अब वर्ड मीनिंग देखो, इसमें वर्ड मीनिंग क्या है. डस्ट ऑफ स्नो मतलब पार्टिकल्स ऑफ स्नो, स्नो पार्टिकल्स. तो मीनिंग दे रखा है. अब एक्सप्लेनेशन क्या है इसका एक बार देखो. द पोएट रिकाउंट्स अ स्मॉल इंसिडेंट दैट चेंज्ड हिज मूड. इट सीम्स वेरी सिंपल बट इट हैज अ ग्रेट सिग्निफिकेंस. एक्सप्लेनेशन कर रखा है थोड़ा सा इसमें कि पोएट वाज हैविंग अ बैड मूड, बट suddenly when the snow falls on him, he was feeling good about it, he was feeling cheerful about it. So smallest of thing can have a great significance. The poet was once very depressed and hopeless. He was in a state of sorrow. He was feeling sorrowful, he was depressed. He was standing under a hemlock tree. Sitting ho ya standing ho, it can be possible, but you can just write down कि he was standing under a hemlock tree. Suddenly a crow sitting on the tree shook down and the snow fell on the poet. Suddenly when this crow he shook down some dust particles of snow, it fell down on the poet and his mood got changed. ये चीज तो अब आई गेस बाय हार्ट हो गई होगी हम लोगों को पूरी की इस पोएम में बार बार यही चीजें हैं. ओके, अब क्वेश्चंस देखो इसके. व्हाट इज द क्रो सिंबॉलिक ऑफ. क्रो को हम लोग कैसे सिंबलाइज करते हैं जनरली? क्रो इज सिंबॉलिक ऑफ सैडनेस, एंगर, joy or ugliness. So you always symbolizes crow with something sadness. Okay, so sadness is the correct answer. Now where was the crow sitting? He was sitting under on the hemlock tree. The boy was standing under the hemlock tree, but the crow was sitting on the hemlock tree. So the crow was sitting on the hemlock tree. Okay, don't get confused. Under the hemlock tree poet was sitting, but crow was sitting on the hemlock tree. अगर क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे आ जाता कि where was the poet sitting, अगर इसी का ये क्वेश्चन ये भी फ्रेम हो सकता है कि where was the poet sitting और standing, जो भी हो, sitting ही ले लेते हैं अपन, और ऑप्शंस हम लोगों को दे रखे होते ये अंडर द हेमलॉक ट्री, ऑन द हेमलॉक ट्री, ऑन द डस्ट ऑफ स्नो या ऑन द स्मॉल वाइट फ्लावर्स, देन वी वुड हैव गिवन द आंसर कि अंडर द हेमलॉक ट्री. तो एक क्वेश्चन और इसका ये फ्रेम हो सकता है अंडर द हेमलॉक ट्री, अंडर द हेमलॉक ट्री. चलो एक क्वेश्चन ये फ्रेम और हो गया. यहाँ तो हम लोगों को एक्सट्रैक्ट में तो क्या पूछा है? क्रो. तो यू विल जस्ट मेंशन ऑन द हेमलॉक, पोएट अंडर द हेमलॉक. ओके, नाउ what does the hemlock tree specify? It was signify of poisonous tree. Okay, so hemlock tree signifies youthfulness and joy? No. Hatred and anger? No. Mindfulness and attentiveness? No. Then what does it signifies? It signifies death and fear. So this is the correct answer, death and fear. फर्स्ट वन वॉज सिम्बॉलिक ऑफ सैडनेस, तो हम इसको सबको क्रॉस आउट कर देंगे. एंगर, जॉय, अगलीनेस. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द क्रो, ही वाज सिटिंग ऑन द हेमलॉक ट्री. नाउ द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, हु शुक द डस्ट ऑफ स्नो? वन वर्ड के आंसर होते हैं ये सिंपली. एंड इफ दिस एक्सट्रैक्ट कम्स फॉर 4 मार्क्स, यू कैन इजीली स्कोर 4 मार्क्स. यस और नो? हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है? I'll just tell it to you or I'll advise it to you to go for extract based questions because they are very easy once you understand the theme of the poem. Now, who shook the dust of snow? Obviously, अब तो हम लोगों को पता ही होगा. Not the poet, not the tree, not the peacock, but the crow. तो correct answer here is crow. Crow shook the dust of snow. हमें ये भी नहीं करना है पूरा कि आंसर फ्रेम करना है. You have to just stick to the one word, that is the crow shook the dust of snow. So this was your extract based question. With this we came to an end with the whole session. I hope you people have understood the poem very properly. Name of the poem is clear to you, name of the poet, even the extract based questions, the solved questions have been discussed in this session. So go through this video in order to understand the poetry section very properly. पहले नहीं पढ़ी थी तो अब पढ़ लेना ताकि अब पूरा अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाएगा. You can have the question answer also in the same session. So understand this very properly. If you have understood this very properly, that you can always hit and subscribe this motion thing. Okay, because this crash course has basically been provided by Motion only. So understand it. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.